Yay! Hmm. I need to mute that. I always mute it. Refresh it back. Alright, got it. Okay, so you're like the only one watching, I think. It might say two because me having this tab up counts as one watcher. It's really weird. And it doesn't say. Whoops, it's broken. Yeah, I watch a bunch of YouTube, so I have like multiple YouTube tabs up. Anyway, so to the task at hand. So I was kind of okay. I'm mostly gonna do this also for people who later watch it. I mean, I know Rocky, I think, is on vacation or whatever. Whatever. I know Rainbow's on vacation. I think. Anyway, so you might have noticed like um there like this one. There's a few animals that would be considered quote unquote boy and quote unquote girl. Um, like if you've read the description, I said you should probably get your parents' permission. But I mean, if you don't want to, I mean, I guess I can educate you, but I don't. I'm mostly doing it so that you know you kind of don't know, you don't go through kind of the same thing as me. It's really weird. Well, I had someone that was a trans boy, which being a trans boy is a term that's for girls that are transgender that want to be a boy. So I had a friend, he was like 16. Oh yeah, and the opposite term for boys who want to be a girl is trans girl. Okay, so we have those terms out on the table. Don't want to confuse you too much. I had a friend like that, and he was just overall awesome. At the time, I kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, everyone is raised differently. Obviously, if you're in a household with a mother and a father, usually you're raised that the normal is being cisgender and heterosexual, which means being cisgender is, I don't know the exact term, but it's pretty much you're you're the, okay. Being cisgendered, or cis for short, is where you are the gender you were assigned at birth. So, if the doctor tells your mom, oh, it's a girl, if you choose to identify as a girl for the rest of your life, that means you're cis. And heterosexual is obviously when a girl likes a boy or a boy likes a girl. So now we have those terms on the table. So anyways, they were awesome. And I don't know why I switched. I like that animal. Anyways, they were awesome, and they kind of helped me figure out myself in a way. I had a whole bunch of people that contributed to it really, and it it's not really something that always happens overnight. It's more so something but it all depends on if you want to reveal or if you kind of figure it out for yourself or not, and everything like that. So, if it does happen overnight, there's nothing wrong with that or anything. But it's not always something that happens overnight, but it can sometimes. Like, I know for me, I always felt a certain way. So, I had no term to describe it really. But then I figured out how when I found out about all these different gender identities and everything. And come on, okay, thank you, Pink Couch. Anyways, as I was explaining before, I've probably said it a bunch before too, in like the other streams. Being non-binary is more so an umbrella term, and what an umbrella term is it just describes more than one thing. So, anyways, I use non-binary more as the actual gender identity that I use in everyday conversation with my friends and everything. I even make jokes about it. Yeah. I mean, it's not something I can change about myself. I mean, I can make an effort to, but will I? No. I am me, and that's all that matters. So we, joke and laugh about it in a cool, oh, we're friends manner. So just don't laugh at someone when they tell you, oh, they're a boy, but they look like, quote unquote, a girl. It's not something you do. It's definitely not something you do. It's definitely something that happens to me all the time. Because I am non-binary, which means my gender can go either way. Like, I don't mind being referred to as a girl. Why can't I? Oh, I know why. Duh. It's my den. I don't mind being referred to as a girl. If I did, I would have corrected you guys before. And my username, it's totally fine. Like, I had this username for a really long time, and I like the username anyways. But, I am non-binary, and I am just non-binary, and that's it. And I don't care being referred to as a girl. I just have the preferred pronouns, which pronouns are like he, she, they. They is a set of pronouns, and it's actually really complex to explain. Well, not a whole lot, because I know people who use they pronouns, and it's a set of pronouns for non-binary people, but there's no rules in the book saying non-binary people can't use binary pronouns. So you know what I do? I use boy pronouns. When I talk to my friends about myself, I use boy pronouns. Like, go ahead and ask questions. Go ahead and ask questions. But I'm going to keep explaining it until you do ask the question, because, I mean, the stream lags. So, okay, so, am I a boy or a girl? Okay, so, sex and gender identity are two different things. Sex is, it depends on, like, what parts you have, to put it in easier terms. Um, so sex is, your parts, whatever. Trying to put it in, young terms. So my sex is female. My gender, what I identify, my gender identity, it's like a train, I just noticed. my gender identity is non-binary because really I don't care if you refer to me as a boy or a girl or whatever. As long as you're not trying to offend me, then we're okay. You can call me whatever. Um, but if you are trying to offend me, I mean, I'm probably not gonna take it the best way, I guess, because it's not something you should do. It's just not something you do. And on Animal Jam, there was someone I've met before. I don't know if 5 nights. I don't know if this is them. I didn't notice they were online. Okay, I don't remember if this is them, but there was someone on here that I knew, and yeah, I think this is them. Pretty sure it is. But I knew them, and we kind of talked a little bit. We met at like someone's den. Me and the person were trading, and they had this person in their den or whatever. Oh, you want it's fine. Anyway, um, they were saying they were a boy. So of course, I use the male pronouns, stuff like that. Well, the person I was trading with told me that they were a girl pretending to be a boy. Which kind of, I don't know, that's kind of offensive in a way. And obviously, I asked him about it, and I'm like, so are you like trans or are you non-binary or what's up with that? Because I'm non-binary. And they replied with that they were a potato. So that meant they were non-binary. That is a no-no. That is, I mean, I don't 100% find a problem with it considering this is for a child's website. And of course, there's going to be people on here that are childish and everything. Okay, so I dismissed that as just one of those things. But I did get slightly offended by their answer, and I left their den, because that's where we were. I left their den to go to my den, which was locked. I wasn't their friend at the time, I don't think. But, after that little encounter, I figured out that people are going to be childish, and that I won't tell people, like, my gender identity and everything like that. So, I never spoke about it again. So, I would just tell people that I wanted to be referred to as he and everything like that. But honestly, it didn't matter to me. It honestly still doesn't. But that's just, how it is. And, I mean, I don't know. This is probably a little mature for you, but for audience in general. But there's this thing. It's called drag. Like it's. Oh, hello, friend. Oh, hello. Anyway, it's drag, and the people that do drag are called drag queens, and they're guys that are cis and heterosexual most of the time, or they're like gay or whatever. Doesn't matter. But they're cisgender men that dress up as women, and they perform on stage and stuff. And it's pretty much being offensive. And that's why people that are like trans or non-binary aren't really taken that serious because of drag queens. And I don't understand why they would do that or anything. I mean, I'm cool with whatever someone decides to do with their life, but if it's going to be offensive to someone, that's not something I would totally support. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't remember what the main point of that was. Oh, yeah. Just because someone tells you something, like, if someone approaches you and they have long hair and a dress and high heels on, but they tell you they're a boy, that means they're a boy. There's really not questions to ask about it. If they tell you that they're a boy, that means they're a boy, and you should refer to them as a boy. If someone comes up to you and they have short hair and a beard, and they tell you they're a girl, that means they're a girl. No questions asked. I mean, there's like, for example, there's a singer. I got this for two Dan Vegas. Cool. Anyway, there's a singer. I don't remember her name, but she is a trans girl, and um let me see if I can find a picture. Trans girl singer. I don't remember her name. Uh, if I can find a picture. I don't know. Anyways, she nice. She is, she obviously has like the long hair that a quote unquote girl is supposed to have, and also a beard. So, you know, undoubtedly, you're thinking, oh, they're both genders. No. If they tell you, oh, I'm a girl, or oh, I'm a boy, or oh, I'm this gender, but I want you to call me he or she, then just don't disrespect that. I mean, it's not something really that hard to do. I mean, people's views on this is really different, and I know that people are raised differently, but I was always raised to not judge someone, and I didn't. Um, and of course, that helped, I guess. And now on to, I guess, I didn't cover all the genders, of course, but for, I think, sexual and romantic orientation is something more important right now. Um, because when you're young, like when you're 10, you might know if you want to identify as something, or you might not. It's not a race to see who can, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not a race to see who can figure out if they're trans or if they're cis or whatever first. It's not a race. Just take your time. You can experiment with it. You can do whatever. I wouldn't suggest that if your parents are a bit not as open-minded as my parents have always been, and my grandparents and everything. But totally, if they don't mind something like that, if you know for sure, 100%, they wouldn't mind something like that, then go ahead and experiment with gender identities and romantic orientations and sexual orientations. But, okay. But, now into, like, the sexual and romantic orientation. Being 10, I don't think, being around 10, 11, 12, I don't think sexual orientation is something you guys think about a lot. But romantic orientation and sexual orientation are two different things. Sexual mind turtle. Aha. But Sexual orientation is who you're sexually attracted to. So, if you haven't heard the birds and the bees story yet, I'm gonna leave sexual orientations up to your parents. But I already put in the description that you should be at least 13 to watch this, or with parents, permission. And pretty much sexual orientation is who you're attracted to sexually. Which, again, if you haven't had the birds and bees talk, I would suggest getting that talk first. But being gay or being a homosexual means that you're sexually attracted to someone your gender. So if you're a boy and you're homosexual, it means you're attracted to boys sexually. And I still would strongly suggest having the birds and bees talk with your parents. Of course, I'm sitting here teaching you about the birds and bees somehow. Not really. I'm not going to do something like that. But romantic orientation is not a totally different thing, but it is different. Romantic orientation, as you see in the title, since it's a slash, you see that? There's that little slash right there. They're two different things. Romantic orientation is who you're attracted to romantically. So, let's use an example. Okay. There is a sexual orientation that's asexual. You've probably heard the term in school before, asexual reproduction, which is totally different. It's like chickens are able to make eggs without partners. It's a totally different thing, but it's kind of similar, I guess. People who are asexual don't feel any sexual attraction. So, if you're asexual, then your romantic orientation is based off of who you're attracted to romantically. So, okay, if I was an asexual, and I got a crush on, let's use a girl as an example. If I had a crush on a girl, it would be considered, I would be considered a homo romantic. And it's pretty much the same thing as like homosexual, just romantic, not sexual. So, being aromantic, like asexual, means you don't feel romantic attractions to anyone. So if you're asexual, or ace for short, or aromantic, or aro for short, that means you don't feel attractions to anyone, and you're pretty much just living your life, not worrying about anything. Well, I mean, that's not true, but I'm gonna stick to that. Anyways, if you can be, really honestly, you can be any sexual and romantic orientation. So say you're a girl and you're only attracted to boys. So, but you wouldn't mind dating, anyone. You wouldn't mind dating anyone.
You get dressed, shoes on, let's go.
I'm in the middle of a stream, but okay.
This one will have to wait because we gotta go do something. It's really across the street.
I don't really like going across the street.
Why, honey?
I don't really like going across the street, but okay. I can't hear you.
You'll do it my way this time. Did you hear that? That's
No,
not what I said.
I know.
I said I had and I'd rather go to me.
It still doesn't change my opinion on Crush Street. But
But you will get off of there and get dressed and go anyways, won't you? Because you got your nana.
I'll go because you're making me go. But yeah, pretty much the same thing. Ow! Stop.
You deserve that one, baby.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll have to make a second part to this. Probably a video. I don't know. Ow! She hit me. Um. Anyway. Um. I don't even know where I was, so I'll just leave it how it is, and then I'll just, come back. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh no! I spent so long putting those bookcases in place. So anyways, after I put this bookcase back in place, because these are going out of store soon, which you should buy a bunch of them before they go out, and then you can just sell them. I have a bunch of gems, so I bought one of each color, as well as for the couches, because the couches are being taken out of stores too, and the beach balls and these. Which I should buy those banners, because people don't really buy those anymore. And they're cheap anyway, so just buy a bunch of those. Anyway, torch. Where? Oh, where should I put these? After I do some renovation, I have to go. If it wasn't made obvious already by the fact that I was abused. No, I'm kidding. I was not abused. Don't take that literally. I mean, I was abused, but not by her. She was abused by my mommy. Because my mommy's a terrible human. Anyway, now that we got a little deep and dark, um, actually, okay, so you heard us talking about the place across the street. So, there's this restaurant across the street from us because we live in a trailer park, which, um, which is on like a main road, and I don't know really how else to describe it. And it's got like stores and like tiny shops and like cell phone shops and stuff in there. It's like a little thing. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Like a plaza of sorts. A plaza, whatever. I don't know how to say it. But this is the last thing. Like, look at the pause to Markiplier video. Anyway, there's a plaza and there's a restaurant across there. It's like a diner. And it's really old style and it's really cool. It used to be really cool. Um I think they got new management because um now like the restaurant's totally changed. And I don't really like it anymore. It's why I usually don't go when they go across the street and I make them bring me like McDonald's or something because McDonald's also isn't far from here. And so I'm being forced to go across the street. I'll probably just, I don't know, eat crackers like soup crackers. Anyways, I'll have to continue my whole spiel later. Bye.